Ash's adventures in Alola continue as he does battle with Tapu Koko, the guardian deity of Melee Island. Samson Oak in an Exeggutor costume, 5 out of 5! The Pokemon Sun and Moon anime series is downright silly, but it's also just good old school anime fun. This was a great episode right here, as Ash does battle with Tapu Koko, who is this legendary Pokemon which looks over Melee Island. It also just seems to randomly give out Z-Rings and Z-Crystals, and it also happens to teach Ash how to use the signature Z moves. That's right, Ash does battle with Tapu Koko in this episode, and he unleashes the full power of the Gigavolt Havoc! This week's episode of Pokemon Sun and Moon was much more focused with the story that it was trying to tell, but it makes sense the first episode was all about establishing this brand new setting, which continues to be incredibly inviting in this week's hilarious episode. This one right here was great because not only did we finally get to see Ash interacting with these brand new people in the Alola region, but we got to see tons of brand new Pokemon. In fact, I think my favorite one from this episode, without a freaking doubt, has got to be Togedemaru, who is essentially the Pikachu clone of the series. He's freaking adorable. I love that Pokemon, but I was also sort of liking Poplio in this episode as well. We got to see a lot of signature ones pop up this week, including the Alolan Exeggutor. There's a great scene where Samson Oak is actually talking about why the Exeggutor in the Alolan region grow the way that they do, and you get to see like its head just going out this window and going all the way up till it's like right in this camera's face. It's fantastic. At first, it was a really goofy-looking Pokemon for a lot of fans because of just how ridiculous-looking it was. But again, I just love the ridiculousness of it all. Maybe it's because I watch a lot of One Piece. Maybe it's because I watch a lot of anime, period. But, like, Alolan Exeggutor is the shit. But basically, this episode right here is just watching Ash go through the School of Hard Knocks and being accustomed to his brand new setting and going through a few classes with his brand new classmates. This has also got to be like the smallest school that I've ever seen. There's barely any students, or maybe they're just all divided into these classes. I will say, though, the best thing about this episode, though, has got to be when Tapu Koko appears and challenges Ash to a Pokemon battle, which leads to the best scene of the episode, where we get to see both Pikachu and Tapu Koko battling each other, and Ash unleashing the power of his very first Z move, which, when you see those moves in the game, they look really cheesy. Like, they don't look very cool at all. The anime version, because they're able to go crazy with all of the camera motions and camera sweeps, always managed to make these big, awesome-looking Z moves look great. Pikachu in particular was fantastic. There's also a moment here which was like something straight out of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I know that sounds weird, but the moment towards the end of the episode when they were unleashing the Z move and Ash was getting ready to do that big punch attack along with Pikachu, I swear it reminded me of Jotaro and frickin' Star Platinum from that series. It was great. The move was also incredibly devastating, but Tapu Koko is going to be just fine. What is interesting, however, is that the brand new crystal that Ash received, the Electrium Z, just suddenly gets destroyed. Is he actually going to be able to obtain another one? Maybe there's going to be a whole separate journey in the show where he has to go around and actually collect all of the individual Z crystals, which are essentially the gym badges of this series. This episode also made it painfully clear that this is still the very beginnings of Ash's journey. He only gets his Pokedex at the very end of this episode, and it hasn't been inhabited by a certain ghost yet. It looks like we're gonna have to wait for the next episode of Pokemon Sun and Moon. So what's the rundown on this week's episode of Pokemon Sun and Moon? The second episode of the series was just as enduring as the first. It didn't have as many great set pieces, but it certainly had a beautiful and super inviting setting, and lots of characters that everyone can get attached to. Yes, some of them are somewhat one-dimensional, but then again, we still don't even really know these characters yet. We're still just trying to get used to the setting, the Pokemon School, what it is they do there, and just learning a little bit more about the Z moves, and of course, the guardian deities themselves. Tapu Koko being the real star of this episode right here. I will say, though, that I think the most contentious part about this brand new anime series is probably the strongest element. I absolutely love the art style and the animation. It has breathed so much new life into this brand new Pokemon series, to the point where I'm finally going to start watching the Pokemon anime series again. Like, I stopped after the Johto Journeys. That was it for me. I still played the games, but I gave up on the anime, and then I started to watch a couple of the major battles from XY and XY and Z, and that's what made me decide to start taking a look at this brand new Sun and Moon anime. That and the fact that I've been playing this game since its release, and I just cannot get enough of it. It's driving me insane. This shit is like crack. Video game crack, hook it to my veins. Another good thing about this series is that it's not taking itself too seriously yet. It's still managing to have a lot of fun, and is basically just an excuse to see a lot of your favorite brand new Pokemon in animated form. That and seeing Samson Oak dressed as an Exeggutor. Does anybody else want to cosplay as that? So in my humble opinion, this was a very fun episode of Pokemon Sun and Moon, being introduced to some brand new characters, some brand new Pokemon, and introducing the concepts of Z-moves fully by allowing Ash to finally allow his Pikachu to do that. I thought it would look goofy at first. It ended up being one of the coolest things I've seen from the series. Don't write off the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime series because it looks different. Try to accept it for what it is, and you might actually end up liking it. If anything, I think it's a pretty beautiful looking anime series, and it's been a long time since I can say that about the Pokemon anime. I'm not going to give this week's episode a score. I want to wait a couple more episodes before I do that. What I will say is, where's Team Rocket? That's all I gotta ask. Where's Team Rocket? It is weird not seeing them for 2 episodes. You know their goofy asses are gonna show up at any moment. So there it is. That's my thoughts on the second episode of the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. But what did you guys think about it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of the brand new Pokemon in this episode and Pikachu using his new Z move? How is Ash going to get the Electrium Z back? Is he going to have to go on a journey? And what do you want to see from the rest of the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime? Please tell me in the comments section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment or two, and if you did like it, please leave me a like. I will see you guys next time, and as always, stay dandy, baby.